If you've grown up playing video games, you've definitely played Mario Kart. There's no beating around the bush here. Mario Kart's easily the biggest party game of all time, in the gaming space period. Even Mario Party itself can't really compare to Mario Kart, and this name has party in it. I am no exception, of course. I grew up playing Mario Kart when I wasn't playing Smash Bros. On the Wii, or Super Monkey Ball 2, or SpongeBob Lights Camera Pants, or Wii Sports, or Playground. The point is that really Mario Kart is just one of the biggest games of all time. This is no exception on the Switch, bro. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the biggest game in the entire franchise. I mean, and it's still growing to this day. Why is it growing? Well, it's because of that dang booster course pass. That thing has been selling like hotcakes. I mean, reasonably so. It's double the amount of courses that we currently have in 8 Deluxe. It doubled from 64 to 128, which is a whopping amount in the series history. So yeah, you would naturally think that booster course pass is a great thing for this game, and I agree with you. But there is a pretty big issue with it, especially with how they're treating the booster course pass. In addition to these things they're adding to the game. So, I mean, if you know what I'm talking about, it wouldn't really be that hard to notice it, especially if you take more than 1 second to look at the game's features. All right, so let me just spell this out for you, right? Let's envision this scenario, right? So let's say you go over to a friend's house, and he loads up Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for you. You feel me? And bro just loads up. He loads up Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and he goes in, and you start to play races. Let's start out with some races, bro. And you are bewildered and astonished at the amount of stages you see there, bro. You see Maple Treeway, you see DK Summit, you see all these great stages. And in addition to more, you see 128. It can't even fit on the entire menu. You have to scroll by pressing a button to change it. That's how many courses there are, and you are in astonishment at the amount of content that this game has to offer on the racing end. So you go and play your marathon. You play that Grand Prix with your friend. You have a blast with all these amazing courses they have in the game, and you have your fun, and you're finally done. Like, wow, that was amazing. All right, well let's play some battle to cool down. Let's switch things up a bit. That's where your friend reluctantly clicks on that battle course. He reluctantly clicks on that battle tab, and what do you see? You are bewildered and astonished at what you see. And you look at your friend. You look over to your friend, and he's giving you the straightest face, just waiting to choose that battle course from that measly selection of courses. And he's in complete complacency as to what he's witnessing on that menu. So you can see the problem here now, right? Surely I don't have to spell it out for you anymore. Where are the battle courses in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? So, okay, battle course, the battle mode, it's not usually a highlight of Mario Kart. It's not something people go to. Everyone goes for the races, everyone does their 3 laps, their item throwing, does everything. But they don't usually go to battle. Battle mode has naturally been in the shadow of racing mode in the entire history of the series, because naturally, when you're playing a kart racer, you are going to be racing with karts. So battle mode always lived in the shadow of racing. But come on, man. 8 tracks. You can count the amount of battle courses on your fingers. Yet there are 128 courses in the entire game. Battle courses haven't even reached 2 digits, while the race courses are on 3-digit numbers. That is a terrible ratio. In fact, literally the ratio is 16:1 races to battle courses. Compare that to the rest of the series, where 64 and Double Dash are 4:1, Wii is 3:1, and DS is 6:1. The highest ratio is 10 places below 8's 16:1. So clearly you can see that there's a problem here, and a clear discrepancy in amount of battle courses to race courses. So obviously we need to add more battle courses to the dang game. So it's already bad enough that we're not getting any battle content for the game. But to add insult to injury, Nintendo isn't just giving us races. They aren't just dropping these courses for us periodically and saying, you're good, chill to the next 4 months, and then we'll come back and give you these race courses. No, they're doing more than that, bro. When they drop these courses, they put in patches. They are changing the meta of this game and adding features. They are taking Waluigi Wiggler out of the meta. They are giving us custom item toggles in this game. So it's not just the fact that Nintendo's giving us content. They're putting an effort into the actual life cycle of this game. They're giving it actual improvements beyond just the tracks and content. That makes it even worse for Battle Mode, because Nintendo is clearly aware of the game as a package. They know what they're doing with it. But they just look at battle mode and they just turn a blind eye. They were just staring right in front of it. They were staring forward into the horizon of the game's future. Meanwhile, battle mode is just staring them down, wondering what they're gonna get. And Nintendo is just looking at them like nothing. We're getting new characters. We're getting custom item toggle. We're getting new balance changes to the meta. All these good courses, nothing for battle mode. Not a single course. And you're gonna stay in single digits while races, they about to hit 4 digits. We about to get to the 1,000 mark, and you're still gonna be at 8 courses. Okay, so naturally you think that I'm asking for like, oh, we need 100 more battle courses. No, obviously, battle courses are never gonna have that many compared to the races. But when you take into consideration the ratio at this point in the game's lifespan, of course we haven't hit the 128 mark yet because we still have 2 waves to go at the time of this video's recording. And by the time it's going to be done, it's just going to be even more insulting to me that we're not getting any battle content. And it's even worse in the fact that battle has such high potential in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. We have 5 battle modes, you know, Bomb on Blast, Balloon Battle, Renegade Roundup, Shine Thief. It's like all these great modes, and we have nothing to do with them. We have the same 8 tracks we've had for years. Granted, I'm not saying you have to add a ton of modes, or you don't have to add a ton of maps to the game, because to be honest, 16 would be fine enough. 16 is already way more than the highest amount of battle courses in any other Mario Kart game, but 8 is really low, especially in comparison to what we have in terms of race content. But I'm just saying, we need something for this battle mode, man. Not only this, but the fact that we have custom item toggle in such an item centric mode like battle, does it not seem like it would just seem so much more melodious to do something like that? It would just seem much more helpful and beneficial to the game's actual implementation of its mechanics to make battle have more prominence. Just keeping it the exact same throughout the game's lifespan in the near decade it's been out, from where battle started from possibly the worst state it's ever been in a Mario Kart game to now where it's just kind of there. Like, even in Wii, it had like more courses than we have here, and the battle courses were actually pretty good. And the battle courses in this game aren't even that good. They aren't even that great. Like, you don't get me wrong, we have decent ones like the SNES battle course, which is pretty fun in its own right. But come on, man, we really need to do something about this battle situation. I don't understand why it's taking so long for Nintendo to do something, if they're even gonna do something at all. I'm really just hoping that we get something that'll, you know, spicing up the variety in this game. Don't get me wrong, racing is so much fun in this game. It's better than it's ever been with these balance changes, and all these courses just make that even more enjoyable with how much variety we get. But battle is just, it's stayed in the shadow of races for so long, and it's getting even worse. As each patch progresses and we get more features in the game, the gap between racing and battle courses is just widening, and it's just making it more disappointing as I watch Nintendo just completely disregard a mode with such potential, especially with the stuff they've given a foundation for in the launch of Deluxe. All these modes and all these new features being added with the balance patches, and nothing to do with battle mode. So that's really all I ask. And to be honest, it doesn't even need to be a lot. As I already said, just give us some good courses. And some of my best moments in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I've had some of the most fun I've ever had playing battle courses. Free for All Shine Thief is some of the most chaotic fun I've ever had in a party game, and it never stops. It never gets old for me. Playing like Renegade Roundup with people screaming at you, it's more fun than any race could ever give me. And to see it happen, and just see Booster Course like play out in the way it is right now, sure, it's a great thing, because I know race is always fun, but man, how much better would it be if we actually had some battle courses to complement that? And plus, we have more characters too. They're giving us characters and no battle courses, man. I mean, it sucks to see, but you know, Nintendo, they're gonna come through eventually. This is probably gonna be another decade before they drop a single battle course. But that's just my 2 cents on the issue. Who knows what anyone else has to think about it? I haven't seen any conversation about it, which is why I'm stepping up to talk about it. I guess that's all I have to say on that. So yeah, this is probably like my first video in a long ass time. I remember saying I was gonna drop a lot more videos, and yeah, it's been like quite a long time. So I hope you guys like this shorter format and more of a rambly-ish format rather than like a organized lay out that what the food tier list was gonna do. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully Nintendo does some shit about this damn game because it has so much going for it, but they're not capitalizing on it. Hopefully Nintendo actually does some shit about the battle mode. And yeah, I don't really have an outro, but I'll see what I can do from here on.